What's the right number of photos to have on your Airbnb listing? We've heard recently that people are starting to remove a lot of their photos because they've been told by consultants, gurus, that having too many photos is providing somewhat of an overwhelming experience for customers and that it's hurting their conversion rate. So we decided to run the numbers and see if that's true. Let's dive in. What you're looking at here is a list of properties that went through an increase of photo change. Now, in order to get the best scientific method, we tried to isolate as many variables as possible. So we took all the properties across IntelliHost, over 6,000 properties, and we identified those that added at least 6 properties at some point, and then analyzed the difference in their first page impression rate, their click rate, and their conversion rate over the next 30 days. So we looked at the 30 days prior, they added at least 5 photos, and then we looked at the 30 days after to see what the difference was. So that way we could isolate just that variable and see if adding photos or having more photos makes a difference or not. So we found over 98 properties that had done this. So it's a fairly statistical, it's a large sample, so it's pretty statistically representative. And what you're looking at here is the first page impression rate of these properties increased by about 10%. I'll be honest, I didn't expect that. I didn't think Airbnb was rewarding people for having more photos, but it appears that Airbnb seems to be giving some kind of boost or reward for people having more photos. So that's interesting. When we scroll down a little bit, if you look at click rate, almost no change, which makes sense. Nobody can tell how many photos you have just by looking at the search result, right? So that's not going to affect your click rate. Now, conversion rate, there does seem to be some evidence to suggest that conversion rate does drop a little bit. It's not significant though. You go from about a 0.84% conversion rate to a 0.78% conversion rate. Comparing that with a 10% increase on average of first page impression rate, it appears that it's worth it to add more photos. And if it were me, I think more is better. Now, the logic here, what I'm saying is that just because there's more photos doesn't mean somebody has to look through them. As soon as they see enough photos and they see the information that they're looking for, they can leave, right? You're not tying them in. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me that you would hurt your conversion rate to have more content. So I hope that helps. If you'd like to learn more about what works and what doesn't on Airbnb, hit subscribe.